Alright guys, welcome back into another video. And in today's video, we are going to break down a very special project from a very special person. Uh, Please welcome Thez Victor in today's video.
Thez.
What's good, man?
Hello, people of Liverpool. Today we're gonna speak with alien English.
Yeah. So, in today's video, you are going to learn how to do a really different style of a drum and bass. I think Tess has a interesting style, and I wanted to show you guys what is behind this sound. So first of all, we're gonna play the idea, and then Tess is going to fully break down the idea. So we can play the tune, man.
Okay, so basically it's just a 16 bar, but it's always better to work on the 16 bar to get the idea to some kind of structure when you're confident with how it sounds. That you can like listen to this 16 bar on a repeat, right? You understand?
Yeah, so it's like it's in a loop, so
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you
So
can
it's
like get the idea, and then from this 16 loop you can kind of progress further. So let's play the idea. All
so
right. So it's like a
all
B
right.
structure, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is very basic structure. But when I'm like making this type of drum and bass, I'm always like focusing on like getting the most out of like the differentiate of a sound, right? That you know, it's not a shame to use whatever you want, but you need to try like different types of processing to get to the color you want, basically. So what I want to say by that if you want to keep the basic structure, you can find your way through the sound design. I think it works best like that. And when, in other hand, the arrangement is being like complex, that it's like some breakbeatish amen thing, then you could try to make it more like easier for understanding from the sound aspect. So I hope it makes sense, right? Like, of course, I can do like some breakbeat amenish thing from this project as well, but I think this is making like something what is pretty special, and especially from the aspect that of course, I'm using like the same processing as I used before with this kind of my Reese base that I created a few months back, and I'm like building almost everything on it right now when I'm starting a project, because it's like giving me this advice, because again, you can work with microtonal settings when you are working with operator, which I think you can do right now even with Serum too, but I'm always having these friends with me on my way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we could start with how this project is structured. So basically, there is this side chain channel where I'm like getting everything. It's like a bus when I'm getting routed everything that I need to have this dynamic response from drums.
So can you please like show us what you are using
Yes,
for the sidechain? LFO tool, right?
yes, I'm having like this MIDI channel in the group when there's this like connection that it's like input, and the LFO tool is being triggered by the channel that is under it.
Yeah.
This is just simple MIDI channel
I
of this
actually I
music.
actually explained to my guys or to the guys on the YouTube this type of LFO sidechaining. So everything is like routed to one channel, which is the LFO one on, and then you
Yeah,
create a trigger, which is triggering the LFO, the signal.
yeah.
Yeah.
All of the sounds, all the channels that are having like are being outputted to this input in the
Yeah,
sidechain,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so that's pretty interesting that you have sidechain on the top of your track.
Yeah.
I have a sidechain on a down in the track. So you have it on the top, I have it down. So there's like a difference in the template. But all right, let's get to
Should I
the.
play it? Like, so they can understand like what it's actually doing.
I think
And
yeah, everybody knows what the sidechain is doing. Like this is just
of
like for
course,
for the like to go
but
from top to down. I think you can go to the drums. I already
okay,
explained the
okay,
sidechain
no
like so
worries.
many times. Yeah.
Okay.
We can probably do a merch about like I explained the sidechain like
Man.
1,000 times. Don't ask me how to do fucking sidechain, bro. Just fucking type it to the YouTube.
But like there are many ways how to make sidechain,
Yeah.
and I know that this method is not that common because even the shaper box is doing it a different way than the LFO. But
Mm.
we can do special video for it. Actually, that's a good idea.
The
We will steal your
ultimate,
attention again
the
for
ultimate sidechain video.
yes.
Only
Okay,
one you
so
need. All right, drums.
when there is this group of hi hat, when I'm starting with this bus, which I think is again only operator, but it's like my native noise layer for both kick and snare. Yes, this noise is being like pushed down when all these sounds are playing,
Oh
but
yeah.
that's normal thing. So it's just coloring the transients because they are having slight attack, and then it's making like easier for drums to get this accent right, so they are like sounding more present, I would say.
Yeah, but it's straight away. It is interesting that you are using a hi hats from operator. Like
Yeah,
you actually synthesized the hi hats.
yeah, I
It's
actually
analog.
synthesize the highs. Used to synthesize the highs from Serum back in days, but then like I think it's better for the consumption of a CPU to only use the AMXD like a Max for Life plugins or the natives from Ableton, because I think you literally got everything from this company. Like that's one of the best things I have ever seen because none other company is having like this kind of approach. That there is still a huge community of people that are creating like plugins, and I think even the operator was designed by one of these people that are today like creating Max for Life devices.
Yeah. So basically, its operator is like a serum too.
Yeah, it's
I
FM.
see
It's
that
FM
like
synthesizer. Like when you got
it's
the
even better than serum too, man.
yeah. And I'll always use this, right?
Yeah.
It's like
It's the operator, man. Like I think for everybody who wants to know more about the operator, in the masterclass, the first link into the description,
yeah.
there is a full explained guide on how the operator works. I would love to explain it to you guys, but I don't know shit. So you need like Tez Victor to show it to you. So it's his work, not mine.
1-to-1 sessions for £1,000 per
Damn,
hour.
bro.
Okay.
Probably for an operator, it's worth it, man.
Yeah, the easiest way how to do that.
All right. So there was hi hats, and now I see kick
Yeah,
with some processing.
there's there is just kick with very simple processing,
Oh,
slight shaping from these
also it
plugins.
really wide kick.
I think it's being created by this color curve. It has some kind of like a stereo, but what I always do care about when I'm having like this type of samples. I don't like when there's too much post processing on the kick sample because it can destroy your face,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But like I just wanted to add the timbre, like again the accent that it's like
It's just
fitting to the mix.
yeah. So it's not just normal kick, but it's
Just like
something special about the sound that's
yeah,
this kick
and there
is wide.
absolutely, and there was this like slight like transient shaping.
Pretty interesting.
But like in the context of the whole track, it sounds, I think, logically. Look, that
Yeah, yeah,
I can
like
hear the dot from the snare,
fuck,
or
bro.
from the kick. Sorry, and
Sure, guys. Hey
that's
guys.
what I'm always looking for.
I'm just now showing the cam because I'm boosting a little bit the audio of you of the original
Okay,
track. All right.
but even the kick was synthesized, and then I'm like always looking for the right spot where the kick starts, so you have control about like how much of this kick is in the mix, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because you only can get the control over this when you not have a sample. So that's the reason why I got it in MIDI. So the snare is pretty interesting.
oof, oof.
So it's like it's two
Two
snares from
snares.
me,
Hmm.
yeah, together.
Oh, so this is like a body, and then that's
Yeah,
like a full transient.
yeah. And I think no, it's not. It's interesting because I think it sounds a little bit different, but it's probably because of those layers over there.
Yeah, of the hi hats.
Yeah. So yeah, this snare is from one of my favorite tracks from mine that was not released yet, but I fell in love so much with it that I'm using it almost every time, and then I'm like trying to additively get with some other snare or with some acoustic snare, and then trying to shape it. So I'm like using the thing that is called convolution. So I can like work with the room and space. The snare is sounding like it's being live played, right?
Yeah,
When there's like live drummer smashing the snare drum. And that's what I'm trying even with the kick, but it's a little bit different because these low frequencies are not that audible. So it sounds similar. And like the acoustic kick is not having the same properties as the this like synthesized kick from operator, right? So that was it. There was some other layer, I think, but I haven't used it.
she's muted.
And
All
then
right,
there is this.
so that was like a kick, snare, and a hi hats, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Like because I'm like splitting these hi hats because I think it's making like more sense for me when I know that there are hi hats that I'm not gonna change like um, the intention, not intention,
The trend.
intensity of
Yeah,
this of
yeah.
these
Yeah, so it's like
like
another
coloring.
separate. It's like another
Yes,
separate layer, and I bet this is like what? This is also drums, the green.
yeah.
All right, so there's
And
like
there were some
percussions.
resamples because I did like this thing
Hmm.
like 1 year back, yes, because I was like experimenting with this noisy sample pack, and I was like, okay, like what if I'm gonna use this impulse rack because impulse is pretty nice device that you can like use for having all the samples in MIDI, and actually like it kind of opens my mind because when you have like these noises or these noise samples, you can hear like how interesting they can be of their color, right? Because normally you are only using these like operator noises, but they are all the same
Hmm.
all the time. So why not to use like
Different.
some different
Yeah,
sounds, right?
samples.
But still like kind of overprocess it. I don't like to use like samples just like that.
Mm.
Only it really needs to be that good that I cannot do it better, I would say. For me, for my ears, of course, not like generally.
I mean,
But that's the
that's the difference between me and you. Like, I am the simple guy. I now when I'm looking at this, bro, and at your production, I realize I am just like I'm a sample Andy. Like honestly, I just structure a song, I just create a vibe of a song, and what you are doing, you are using a lot of different programs, a lot of different like plugins that are built into the Ableton It's probably the max for live, right? So that's pretty interesting. Yo, that's why I have you in the masterclass, and that's why I have you on this video for yeah, like for
Yeah,
foremost.
so
So
people, if you would like to know how to use a right processing for a hi-hat, don't forget to buy a masterclass from us. Okay?
or watch this video and you will learn something for free. So let's go.
Yeah. And thank you for a nice words.
Yeah,
But
man.
I think it's just a normal thing of trying to understand how it really works. It takes a time, but you could find the way for it. Okay, so I think it's not necessary to play it, but yeah, so there is a lot of post processing, tube trashing, and stuff. But I think that without
Can
it,
you show a
because
little bit of the processing, because for you it's normal stuff. For me it's like something
yeah,
new. So I need to know every little detail, every little autistic stuff you did there.
okay, so this is the probably the most basic rack that is there. But this one, as you can see, freeze. It was being processed already, and what I did over there was this thing. I can show to people.
Tube
So there
trash.
is this thing that not many people know that it's enabled, and it's called dynamic tube. And there is this preset called tube trash, and it works pretty interesting because you are working with the bias, right? That you are like trying to find the spot when the sound is being like oversaturated and where not, right?
Hmm.
So it's very similar to compression, but it's not a compression. And I want to say that all these like effects, like a compression, saturation, it all has like a similar purpose. You just need to understand when and why to use it at the right time. For example, if you do have like saturation with some odd harmonics, it shouldn't be used for a drums. You can, if you'd like to experiment in a parallel processing with something what is like counting the harmonics in a right way. That it's like correct. It's not analog because the analog is being correct, right? So when there's something like digital electronic music, it's better to just to use it for shape, to make it more natural. That's how I like to approach it, and that's why I'm using this for hi hats. Oh yeah, sorry. As you can hear, that's so much different. So it's like a threshold of this. Can you hear that?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just like writing down some notes so you can like tell it to
Okay,
people.
so
Like
no worries.
people still listen, watching. I'm like writing a few notes down.
So I'm gonna like make a quick demonstration. Okay.
Yes, yes. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm watching here like I'm a student, man.
So we got this parallel rack. That means that these like signals from this sample are coming all together through this saturator and this tube trash at the same time.
Hmm.
That means that on this output it will be completely different than it will be Siri, right?
Oh
This is
yeah.
serial
Oh yeah.
connection,
And
but
this is
this,
parallel.
yeah, this is
Oh,
parallel.
bro. All right. So this not like another note because I wrote down Thez parallel like a parallel compression, and now there is also like a serial, like right.
So basically the Siri is there connected like they're in front of them, but when they are like on this in the same group, not,
Yeah.
yeah, we can say group
Mm-hmm.
because the group is like parallel. Even these like these stacks of sounds are parallel as well, all these sounds all together playing at the same time. But if they are like connected as like inputs, to themselves, that will mean that it's like additive synthesis, and it's like kind of synthesis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's a different sound when it's in the group, and it's different sound uh when
Yeah,
it's
that's just a
next
theoretical
theoretical way.
point of view.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. All right,
we
all
can
right.
see it here when I'm gonna use this tube trash and give it here.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's a series. If it's gonna be in this group, they're under
Yeah,
each
it's
other.
parallel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
All right.
parallel.
All right. So it will sound different. All right. Good. Good.
Okay, so basically, I wanted to show. So there is this coloring curve, and I think it's the best thing that they have added to the saturator. It's making so much difference, even like on the master channel, and you can. It's the best. The best way how to use that is like on the buses. When there is like one bus, when there are like this group, right? If I'm gonna take this and use it here, it will completely change the way how it works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's louder, but like even like the colors, as you can hear, it's different. And I like to use it this way because it's making me more control over the final sound. I'm not making big differences, right?
Mm.
But I'm focusing on details, and in the end, like it is making the sound probably more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, man.
So
Definitely.
that's all what I wanna
All right.
show
So that's
here.
about the percussions. Great. I feel like we can go to the orange part, to the, as I like to say, meat. You know, when you're cooking, when you're cooking a burger, you have a bun, which is the drums on the top.
Bun.
Yeah, then you have the meat, and the meat is the orange stuff. Meat is the basis. You know, this is like the meat of the track, right?
Yeah, okay. That sounds very interesting.
So let's get to the meat.
So the meat itself sounds like this. Okay, it doesn't sound like this.
It needs to go through the sidechain, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the.
but it's weird because sometimes it works
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it's not
It's not
working, even
working.
like from this group. But yeah, right now people can understand more how the sound works itself. So, and I think it's all this Reese base here, like because again a lot of parallel processing, but the most important, because I'm liking this generative way of working. When I'm like creating one base, then I'm trying to make some parallel track, and then I'm like trying to recreate it again and use it in a different position in the same track,
Mm-hmm.
so I can like still get a similar sound but not the same.
Yeah.
So this was this. It's almost the same sound, but a little bit different processing.
Can you please explain to me and to guys, to the bros
How
and
it works?
brothers, like how this bass, like what's the fundament of this bass, like
Yeah.
when you maybe shut down all the processing, how it's gonna sound only from the operator?
Let's
I'm
see.
really
Let's see.
curious. I'm really
I'm
curious.
really curious as well. I'm really curious as well.
Ah,
But as you can hear
uh,
here,
yeah,
that's the most important. When it sounds like mathematically correct, then you will get these best like bass lines, right?
yeah.
And I used a different tuning in the microtonal settings because that's how operator could work because it has a chorus. And yeah, so basically I create this like tuning that I set it up, some different ratios. So I created like harmony,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have like started to give it a shape. So every operator has its own shape.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was this filter set it up, not the pitch curve, and some like time changes. I think I did some slight time changes, but it's like being set up more natively. The most as I was able to do, right? So I was trying to make it from tuning
Yeah.
this like this like specific color of a sound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like having this weird timbre, but that's just because I did like a different tuning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then this post processing did its work.
So straight away, a lot of distortion, lot of white noise added. I think
I
it's
think, yeah,
yo, sure,
yeah, there is. But like when you always like opening one other of these parallels, it will like give you some extra decibels. So you don't need to add some glue compressor that should destroy your dynamics. And this vinyl distortion is very good for like because I was like doing it with my intention to color the
the
sound,
sound.
not
Yeah.
to make the most like the loudest sounding bass
Yeah.
or something like that. And again, there is this tube trash that is doing its work, and some post processing with trying to make some spectral ways of like isolating some parts of spectrum and then coloring with the saturator. And again, using the equalizer for coloring the saturator that was
Going
in
through.
front.
Yeah.
Yes, because there is this last one, right? And all of these like signals are going straight
So
over there.
this saturator, the on the right is the saturator that all that parallel is going through.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
This
right.
this one, what's on the right side
Yeah.
is serial to this.
Serial to the parallel.
Yes.
I understand. All right, guys.
So because I wanted to like soft clip it
Mm-hmm.
and like make it this color curve again, because it really works better than it was before. And I just think it works good, so I'm using it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this limiter is there for again for coloring, not for its purpose to be there as a limiter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I think it sounds a little bit different than the saturator.
That's what I was explaining in the few previous videos, and that was that don't be afraid to use the audio plugins and audio effects.
Experimentally.
Yeah, experimentally, because there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube that glue compressor is only for drums, or compressor how to compress your music, and they are really decent with everything. They almost kind of like they just tweak.
Bold statements.
Yeah, they go
Yeah.
like tweak the shit like really small, and I feel like the emotion and the expression in a sound, the color, as you say, is
Yeah.
created through experimenting and maybe fucking blasting the fuck out of the knob. Because when you are so decent, like a little gay, bro, you will never get like the potential of the sound. Sometimes just need to tweak the shit out of the knobs, man. And I think Victor Thez is doing that, like in every of his track.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Look, so I just want to show one other thing because there was this operator set it up with that tuning, and when I'm like having this knob for tuning, as you can hear, it's making this kind of change. But it's still almost the same, but it's like
slight tuning of
yeah.
of the.
But I'm tuning all the operators at once.
Oh yeah.
But you can learn more about this where?
In the masterclass.
Yeah, because not any informations are for free.
Yeah, like the most valuable things are always like behind the paywall, and the sooner you realize, guys, that the information is the most powerful thing, and the wisdom and knowledge is the gate to the success, and it's behind the paywall. The sooner you realize that you can pay money for knowledge, the sooner you will excel in your everything. So
You do it,
I'm
man.
learning the hard way too, man. Like sometimes you just fucking like you just like you spend 10 bucks to on a food like normally, like it's all right, like it's just food, like of course I'm gonna spend 10 euros on that. But when
Scam,
you
scam,
yeah,
scam.
but then you have to spend like I don't know 20 or 30 bucks on some like plugin or some like knowledge or something that will like fucking can improve your life and shorten your time in like 10 years. Like goddamn bro, like give it to me. Like bro, I don't care how much it costs, because
Yeah,
when you buy that product, what can happen is that in 2 weeks you will probably can afford with that knowledge the product the same product again, because you made the money because of the knowledge.
absolutely, man.
And then you have the extra money, for yourself, but with the knowledge, man. Like that's the masterclass, like
Absolutely,
honestly.
Martin. And you know what is the craziest thing? That it's just a shitty addiction when people are like looking in the they're seeing these burgers and like, oh, I need to have it, and oh, it's only $10. And as you can hear, this money, that was one day, 1 hour they spend it in somewhere, but they don't see this. They only see that they will get this gluteomorphin addiction
Yeah,
satisfied.
yeah, it's just fucking, bro. It's the whole world. Like, damn. Like that's why probably who's watching this is not like that, because if he's watching like this long, that means he's probably can focus, and that means he's probably a producer who is like worth it of this information. So yeah, heck it, man. For all those producers who are right now here, like drop a comment, like damn, I'm here, motherfucker, and I don't have ADHD, and I know that I'm a smart human, and I know I wanna be fucking rich. So big up to you guys, all who are here. But let's get back to the music production. That's why we're here, man. That's why we're here. So you showed us the bass. Please show me
Yeah.
the steps.
Next,
Show me the B section. I wanna see
okay.
that.
I just want to say that next time we will have Alex Jones on our next video.
All right, I don't know who's that, but let's go.
Pretty basic, right? Okay, so this was a sample that is from a my and Septangent sample pack that we created from synthesizers, analog synthesizers from my Dave Smith Instruments Prophet, and from through his Sherman filter bank filters. And so basically there is this genius phase alignment, as you can see. So these steps are like one of my favorites, and I'm using them mostly for these like section structures. I'm not necessarily saying that this B section is completed because I wanted to make it more musical, but I have kept it minimalistically so I can build it. So it's like a base for something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Can you please show us also the sound without the all processing, without the parallel,
Yeah,
like how it
I
sounds the
think
original idea? Oh
again,
yeah.
it's pretty natural sound. Of course, we could use it as well, but I just like it more shaped. And there was this filter as
Yeah,
well.
it's gonna opens up the whole track. Yeah.
But again, there is like a little bit different post processing with coloring.
Yeah, so this parallel is interesting because now I understand this parallel, because this parallel is high end, mid end, and low end. So what is Victor doing actually? Is that he's focusing on every each of a spectrum on its own with its own processing. So for the highs, he has a different EQ and a different saturator. For the mids, different EQ, different saturators, different
Yeah,
colors. For the basses, different. That means that you don't need to always like do stuff in a serial, like you have you apply everything on whole sound. That means that you can separate the sections you want to apply certain
yeah,
things in your like sound.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Because you get the most control over the
over the
sound.
sound. Yeah, you can
But
tweak the
like
shit out of that.
you could use it like even more complex ways. You could use in whatever ways you like. It doesn't matters, right? So only the curious mind will find a way how to use it probably even better. Like there should be ways because I just like think that like this way works the best for me to have more control over the final product. So, and I think there's another parallel, like really just like the balance, the spectrum.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there is something what is called compensating on the output,
Mhm.
and not
Mhm.
many people are taking care of this. And this was for many years my problem because I was cleaning the sounds too much.
Mhm.
And then when I was trying to make mix down, the sounds, some sounds have been so much overshaped. Then when I'm like was pulling something down, some other sounds were getting there. So I don't recommend to shape sounds over the red light. You are not going on red light when you are driving a car. So don't do it even in south. You can do it, but you
But use
always
limiter.
have to, and brakes.
Yeah. So you kind of like can like tweak the shit out of the sound, but always like make sure that it's not taking the whole spectrum of your song. Like when there is sound going through your drums and there's not even sidechain working on it, bro. I feel like you need to like step up a little bit. Like need
But why
to
not, man? Like
put a
it
foot
can
out
work.
of. Yeah,
But
but
I think you have to understand even this to know how to use the thing you just described. Because why not to use a sub in the harmonic with a kick and then like create some weird sounding drum and bass that would just bounce over the like bass house snare over the kick, right?
mm, mm.
Or a clap over the kick. It
I
sounds amazing when it's make it good
Yeah, I
in a good way.
understand. Yeah. It's like made bad in a purpose, so it's like purposely made distorted as fuck, and it works. Of course, like do it, man. Like if it was the intention, I think that's good. But
Yeah,
when you
absolutely. The
do not
intention
know,
is
yeah.
important.
But when
Yeah.
you do not know like what you're doing, and your mix is just loud and all over the place, I think that's when it's the problem. Like when you do not control the sound. Like when you
Yeah, yeah.
control the sound and it's intentionally made loud, like fuck yeah, like let's do it, man. Like if you know how to try, like, do it, man.
Yeah, man, like like I've seen this many times around like some beat makers. They don't care about like how the input signal looks like or even like how the output signal looks like, and
Mm,
then they're just like, oh, put like 10 OTTs there. And do you know what the fuck how the OTT works, right?
mm.
I feel like there's it's so it's like an ego, right? I'm seeing so much ego like in this way how people are shaping sounds. Of course, it sounds like it's aggressive. It's like a big boy square, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a shout out to my fella Wellon releasing a new banger track because that's the guy that understands how the coloring and saturation really works in FL Studio because this guy like found something pretty special that I think I haven't seen anywhere else.
Yeah. I feel like we can go to next sound, so we do not stuck on just one thing. I know
Yeah,
we love to yap about
to
everything.
speak, but we are
Yeah,
almost in the end, man.
yeah,
Because there is not many sounds. There were just like these.
All right. So let's get the red section, and then we can choose one more yellow one.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was just some ethics, man, that I wanted
so
to
no
give it
special
there.
processing. It's just like sample.
Yeah, that's like that doesn't even
Yeah.
have
So I'm
reasons
really
to that.
interested about the yellow sounds under the steps. You have like a layered. It looks like a
This one,
yeah, like a future bass, man. What was that?
yeah,
So
this
it's
was this synth made from this reed bass
hmm
because it's like in the upper layer,
but
I
it's
think.
muted.
It's not even upper layer, but I think I switched it a little bit. Yeah, it's muted because I made this melody first, and then I was like, it doesn't sound that good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand. You just wanted to layer some melodic
yeah,
stuff to that.
but there is something what is pretty interesting.
Yo, that's like a meditation, bro. Synth. Meditation synth.
Meditation. It's very loud, very
It
loud.
is. It is. Damn. And it's like what's that, man? That's like analog. Like what's the analog? Like that's the synth. That's the main sound, the analog. Like it's like that's like another VST or what?
There are analog synthesizers and there are VSTs inspired by
Yeah,
analog
I understand. I understand.
synthesizers.
Yeah. So that's like
So
the VST is different than analog. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's the
but
difference. But was it the
they can see where in the masterclass.
yeah, they can understand the
Yeah, because there was a full video
difference.
about analog and operator that is being directly there for people to understand how these devices works because there are many synths in the Ableton, but I think that all of them are having their purpose of how they are being created. And this one, it was designed by this company called AAS, and they have some other tools created for Ableton. And like it really, it's one of the best like analog emulations, but it doesn't look like that, right? Because as you can see right now, we get the Serum 2, but what other synth was the best before Serum 2? There was Faceplant. Because right now we are like really trying to max out these hybrid ways of how to, connect
Combine the
all
music. Yeah.
this, this big combination and war. That's the only way how we can like move forward in the music to microtonal way and how like to multi-stack all things together in the ways that were not that possible and not in the correlation with the narrative of the music industry. So, but these devices works. They are still here, and you can connect it in the ways you can't even imagine in the operator, for example, or not. Sorry, Ableton. But there is like this special thing, and it's this rack with a shifter that I think is making it so like celestial. I'm not sure if the word is right. Celestial,
Celestial. Celestial.
celestial,
Celestial.
C E
Celestial.
L E
Yeah,
S
celestial.
I.
Bro, that's a fucking
The
thumbnail, bro, right there.
celestial indeed,
Celestial.
celestial,
Yeah, celestial. Like
celestial. Yes,
celestial. I don't know, man. Fuck
but
that.
it's pretty different because it's shifted off the key.
Yeah.
and then like on just like it's again like a really parallel process. So it's like making some kind of a small addition to the whole like spectrum, and then there is this. So it's not changing that much, but it's there. It's
The
there.
reverb is probably making the difference. Yeah, like the.
But what if I'm gonna use this? Let's wait. Early reflections.
Like, I must say, bro, like this sound almost makes me like wanna sleep, man. It's so like it's so like warming and good for my ears. I'm almost asleep, man.
Man, like that's the purpose.
Yeah,
People have to sleep on the party.
yeah. It's like ASMR, bro. Synthesizing.
One of the most interesting devices.
Outer spaces. I think that's also what I can write down for you. Oh, bro, I just destroyed my mind, bro. This video is so shit, man. Like, whoever watched this at this long, bro, like, this is the final
Final boss.
final experience of our YouTube like videos and collaboration is that at the start of 10 minutes we got the focus, and at the end of the video we just like we're just doing whatever the fuck, bro. But it's called Outer Spaces. Alright, I'm gonna write it down for you. So, Outer
We did our work.
Spaces. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a very, very uncommon thing, and we wanna gatekeep this as much as we can.
What
Do
does
you
it?
understand?
No.
That's the reason.
Why keeping, man? Like, what the fuck? So yeah, guys, hey, if you watched this long, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown and Victor's sound design and how he goes about the ideas. So for those who are interested in his production and who are interested in operator and all these things, you can find more stuff from him on my YouTube channel on the first link in the description, which is the masterclass. I will try to push you, man, Victor, to record like more videos about like a certain topics and a certain, like, for example, parallel and the serial thing can be explained by you with one video, bro, and I would understand, because honestly I understand the concept, but I don't understand how I can use it. That's the problem. I want to know how and in which ways you are using it, because I can see it, but I want to see the process of it actually like using it. So if you guys are interested, please spam in the comments, yes, we want something like that, or let us know maybe what would you like to see from us, right? Because we have the
Yeah.
time for that, so we can arrange something for you like that. And yeah, so yeah, subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment, what do you want? Masterclass first link, second link Patreon if you want to join the wholesome community of the producers.
Yeah,
And
soon on the school, right?
yeah, what?
Soon on the school.
Soon on the
right?
school, yeah. So yeah, this is like it's like the not like to like overcome big things. I don't even start it. It's just it's like a thing in my mind. But yeah, I have a plan of creating like the biggest community on the internet for Drum&Bass. So yeah, let's stick with that. Like, let's create a movement, guys. Like, for those, like, stop the fucking tutorials that are like fucking bullshit. Honestly, like lame producers. Like, I feel like we on the top of game of information, bro. Like, our tracks are played by the biggest names in Drum&Bass. Like, what the fuck we doing, man? Like, of course we have the fucking information and knowledge to share it to everybody. So yeah, guys, thank you so much.
We're like apostles,
Yeah.
but in the music industry.
Thank you so much. See you in the next one.
See ya,
Peace.
bro.